Hello, welcome back to Katawa Shoujo. I've just realized that today is Hanako's actual birthday, so we might finally get to figure out what's happening with her about this whole birthday anxiety going on. So let's see. Once again, Hanako doesn't turn up for class. Try as I might to concentrate on other matters, this fact continues to distract me throughout the entire school day. I don't think today being her birthday is a coincidence either. I don't know the link between the two events though, nor do I have any idea on what she's feeling. Were it physical pain, I could at least provide some limited comfort. With something like this though, I have no idea where to start. I run the people I know through my head, thinking about whether they could help. Shizune and Misha don't know that much about Hanako, and what little they do know, they can't tell me. Same for the nurse. Well, you could join the school council and then you'd be privy to the information. There you go, but I wouldn't recommend that. In the end, there's only one person that knows Hanako well and would be willing to tell me anything. Lilzer. Let's give Lilzer a call. Entering my dorm room, I notice something that takes me off guard. It's starting to feel familiar. With everything that's going on around me, I'm thankful that this room started to finally be somewhere I can relax a little. When I'd first entered Yamaku, it felt immediately foreign in every way, from the untouched neatness to the way it smelled. Focusing back on the task at hand, I throw my bag onto the bed as I open the top drawer of my desk. Before she left, Lilly told me the number to call her on while in Scotland, and I wrote it down. In hindsight, I wonder if she knew something like this could happen. Of course she did. Now that she's out of reach, I realize just how much both Hanako and I have relied on her for guidance. I dig around drawer after drawer trying to find that damned piece of paper. Eventually, thankfully, I find it nestled under a borrowed library book. Without further ado, I enter the numbers and anxiously press the call button. Eventually, the phone picks up, a feminine voice I don't recognize on the other end. It's probably Lily's mother. Sato. English? Suddenly finding myself unprepared, I realize I can't understand a word she says. I soldier on in the hope that she must know some Japanese, considering it's her daughter's native language. It's Hiseo Nakai speaking? An enthusiastic sound of realization can be heard as she recognizes the language. My feeling of relief is immense. Ah, so you must be one of Lily's friends from school, correct? I don't know the Scottish accent, sorry. We'll just make it higher. Even so, her accent means I have to concentrate to work out what she's saying. Yeah, that's right. Pleased to speak to you, Mrs. Sato. Ah, it's so nice of her to find someone so polite. Lily dear, it's for you. Her mother seems nice, if a little over-enthusiastic, given the mundane situation. Hello, Lily speaking. You sound awful. She makes a sound somewhere between a dying animal and a yawn. She's probably very, very jet-lagged. The one thing I did remember to check before calling was the time zone. It'd be pretty late in the morning over there, so she really has no excuse except for the 17-hour plane ride she was just on. Not feeling well? Just tired. What time is it there? Late afternoon. School finished for the day not long ago. Hanako's not well, is she? That was quick. How do you know? Because today is her birthday. I'd hoped she might have gotten at least a little better after coming to know you, but... how is she right now? She missed school today, and yesterday. I still have to check up on her today. To be honest, after seeing how she was when I talked to her yesterday, I'm pretty anxious. I really have no idea what to make of it. Has this happened in the past? Is it related to her scarring in some way? Unfortunately so. Roughly the same thing happened last year when it was her birthday. As far as I can tell, it's because her parents died in the accident that caused her scarring, and Hanako blames herself for their deaths. What she says does seem to make sense. If she's blaming herself on her birthday, she may well be ruining that she was ever born. Also, it might not have happened on her birthday, but for some reason, because she's alive in general, she just takes responsibility for it. I mean, that's a pretty weak explanation, but it's Hanako, so we'll go with it. Hanako had mentioned her stay in the orphanage to me. Maybe I should take some heart that she trusts me enough to tell me such a thing. Lilly seems to be so in the dark about it, though, almost to the same extent I am. So, that's why she lives in the student dormitories as well. Has she told you any more about the accident? As close as we've come. She's barely told me anything about what happened. What I know about it is largely conjecture. She sounds depressed, almost defeated. Considering the trauma Hanako must have gone through, I can't really fault Lilly for not knowing. Nevertheless, she still seems to consider it a personal failing. Don't blame yourself, Lilly. With everything she's gone through, there's a long silence from the other end of the line. I begin to wonder if the call cut out before the voice at the other end speaks once again. There is one other person, though, that has been a subject of worry for me as of late. Uh-oh. Oh. I run through the people she could be talking about in my head. Exactly, there's very few. The only friends she seems to keep very close are Hanako and me, though there is Akira as well. That person is you, Hiseo. What did I do? There's another silence on the line, but this time, it's caused by me. I feel like I'm being led into the principal's office or something to get expelled. Jeez, I'm nervous. Making others worry about me is something I've very actively tried to avoid since coming to Yamaku. Maybe that is why. Indeed, even my interaction with Hanako has helped stave off my major health problems thanks to our relaxed and slow-paced lives. Uh-huh. What is there to worry about over me? I apologize. I didn't mean any offense. Sorry, I was just taken a bit off guard. Still, isn't Hanako a bigger problem at the moment? Well, for some time now, I've thought that the both of you may be feeding into each other's more worrying habits. I tried to amend this before leaving, but it seems to have done very little. Worrying habits? It is well and good to want to protect her, but I fear that treating Hanako like this, as if she were a daughter or someone in need of special care, is only going to achieve the opposite. The situation, a choice, got effectively turned on its head. After everything that's happened, this is the first time I find myself doubting Lilly's judgment. Why would you doubt Lilly's judgment? She's always been on point the whole way through. We can agree with Lilly or trust... Oh, jeepers creepers. I don't know. Here's my thoughts. We know that our head is a little jumbled up. We overanalyze everything. We overthink everything. We already know we're being a little smothering towards Hanako and even to some extent Lilly. And Lilly's known Hanako for a lot longer. She's very, very intelligent. She's never really steered us wrong before. She's always there for us. We called her for a reason because we know she's the person who knows what to do. I'm going to have to trust Lilly, because I don't think we're the best judge of character right now. I think we're so messed up. We called Lilly for a reason. You're right. I don't want to admit it, but she may have a point. Something else bugs me, though. God, I really hope we made the right choice. And you tried to amend this? Wait, our outing into the city? Quite astute. I thought that it might help if I dragged both of you out of Yamaku and into the wider world. I am thankful you became closer for it, though. So she noticed that. I suppose she may well have been paying attention to us, and her hearing's incredibly good. Quite likely good enough to have picked out what we were talking about if she tried. This sounds more and more like you were manipulating us. Silence. It's a harsh way of putting it, but I have no intention of stepping back from those words. I don't think so. I don't see it like that. I'm sorry. I was just worried about you. So, you think I should just think about myself more instead of trying to cater to Hanako? That largely sums it up. Again, I'm sorry for not telling you this in a clearer way before going behind your back. I know I'm at least as guilty of being overprotective of Hanako as you, but I fear that you're neglecting yourself in your efforts to give Hanako happiness. Do you really think Hanako will be okay? She's not as fragile as you think. I don't know exactly what experiences she's lived through or what feelings she has in her mind, but she has managed to work her way through them. Until now. It's also my hope that giving her a little space will allow her to decide what she truly wants for herself and give her the initiative she needs to reach out for it. Please have faith in Hanako. That's all I ask. I guess I'll think about it for a while. No, you will do it, Hiseo. That's good. Being rash won't get you anywhere. I know that at times you might doubt your relationship to Hanako, But she does... Lily cuts herself off and takes a moment to reconsider her words. Just... Please keep in mind that I wouldn't have befriended you if I hadn't thought you were a fundamentally good person. You're a good friend, both to myself and to Hanako. Thank you. That helps. We share some small talk to try and lighten the atmosphere, but it feels very stilted. There's a lot I don't know about Lily's stay in Scotland, but after such a heavy subject, I want to be alone for a bit to think. Bye, Lils. Sorry, wasn't the greatest catch-up ever. After a few minutes, we end up saying our goodbyes, and I set my phone on my desk. Compared to Hanako's situation, mine feels utterly mundane. I still have both of my parents, I had a reasonably normal childhood, and unlike many in Yamaku, my condition isn't immediately visible to the public. But then again, isn't this just an attempt to justify the way I've been acting towards her? That may well be what our pasts were like, but when it comes to the future, I still have no idea what I want to do. In school, I've just concentrated on each day's work, and I've put off more and more things to cater to Hanako. I recall the words Muto told me after Hanako's breakdown about the purpose of Yamaku and my education. In hindsight, he was probably trying to push exactly the same thing. Just what have I been doing in the time since my heart attack? If I ever did manage to get Hanako out of her room and to open up, what then? I look out of my dorm window as the sun slowly sets. It's a nice sight, but what I really savor is the quiet as the students return to their dormitory rooms. All I want to do now is think. I'm not sure how much time I have, but I want to work out where I'll go from here. Oh, and that's us. I think that's a nice place to stop. Let's just give Hiseo some space to think it through, to find some zen, and we shall deal with Hanako in the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, and I shall see you in the next episode. Janne!